We went into the garden tomb, and we then went over by an area where they have a stone seating area right there. And he said, let's pray. We got down on our knees and we prayed there. It was Shomer and his daughter that was there at the time. And we prayed together that the Almighty would open up more for us to understand about the Ark of the Covenant and the finding of the Ark of the Covenant. He'd heard some things, but now this is like something that is so gripping to him. He is up at Jerusalem for this very thing, to find out about the Ark of the Covenant. He's there for the feast, and only his daughter is able to be with us. And so now, we're on our knees, and then a gentleman comes over to us in a heavy British brogue and says, excuse me, gentlemen, I don't mean to disturb you. You're not doing anything wrong here. Praying at the garden tomb. Not doing anything wrong here, but there's a tour group going to be coming in here in just a few moments and doing communion here, and I'm afraid that they're going to disturb you. If you wouldn't mind going over to this area, you're free to stay and pray as long as you like. I stood up on my feet, I looked at him in the eye, and the first things that came out of my mouth, do you know Ron Wyatt? And he kind of looked shocked, and he said, well, I most certainly do. He excavated here during these particular times, and I was here during the entire time of his excavation. And I asked him another question, and he said, do you have a few minutes? I said, no, really, I don't have any time right now. No! You have a few minutes? I've got the rest of my life. What do you want to tell me? So he took us over to the wall where that huge earthquake crack is coming down. Showed us the area where the excavation took place. Told us that he was here during the entire period and described what he saw and what he knew about it. And then he said at the end of this, he said, now, I must tell you that the official statement from the Garden Tomb Association is that we know of no significant archaeological finds of Ron Wyatt in the Garden Tomb area. Do you understand what I'm saying? I said, I understand completely. You know, during the subsequent years, I would take tour group after tour group there. I would take any friends that came in, I took them to the Garden Tomb. Incredible place that is. With all of the evidence of a first century garden, the tomb, everything is there. It's all in place. And as I left the place, every time they gave a slip of paper to everyone that came with me, and it was an official statement from the Department of Antiquities and the Garden Tomb Association. And it read like this: Mr. Ron Wyatt excavated here in the Garden Tomb between this year and these years. According to our knowledge, no finds of any archaeological significance have been unearthed here. Now the next statement from the Department of Antiquities. Ron Wyatt has never had a permit to excavate in the land of Israel. He has never excavated in the land of Israel, and any claims he makes are bogus. Now, which one of these statements is correct? Ron Wyatt excavated here for years and we know of nothing of any archaeological significance, or he has never excavated here? Which one is true? That's the same piece of paper. Well, ladies and gentlemen, years of disinformation have gone out to keep the truth from everyone knowing what has transpired here.